In today's episode, we have a new finished object. We have an almost finished chevron baby blanket. We have an almost finished granny square bag, and then exciting incoming. So let's not waste any time and let's get started. Welcome back to Fast and First, my channel where I talk about all of my passions. Knitting and crochet are on the top of the list, very top of the list. My name is Laura and I live in the southeast of the UK with my partner Yarny and our little dachshund Loki. Today is Sunday, 29th of March, and I thought since next week is Easter and then we will have a visitor, but Yarny doesn't know, so it's a surprise. Our son is visiting from Italy for Easter. Shh. Don't tell Yarny. He doesn't know until the day literally when he arrives. Very excited. It's been difficult to keep the secret. Shh. Anyway, we're not have time. So I thought since it's the end of the month, I've got things to show. Let's do it today. So I know, yes, hello Loki. Okay, you found a comfy spot. Good girl. So I thought I would record today. It's Sunday. Sunday is usually a good day for me to record. Anyway, I'm already waffling. So yes, Loki, you like to be behind the cushion? Okay, fine. So we are gonna start immediately with finished objects and what I'm wearing today because it's the same thing. So let me show it to you a little bit closer. This is the Revamp Cowl by Kate Whiting Designs and used half a bowl of Rosaria's Falesia. Used exactly half a bowl because I measured it, I weighed it with one little scale, and I used 57 grams of a full 100 grams bowl. So actually, where here. So this is how much I've got left, which is quite a lot. These balls really go a long way, and we're gonna talk about that a little bit later in coming. Yeah, this was my finished object. It was such a lovely and quick knit, and it's a cowl. It's knitted flat, and then you sew it in the round, and it has an easy repeatable pattern, which I think works really well. I like how it drapes. This yarn is fabulous. It's 50% cotton and 50% viscose bamboo. It's really quick. You will find it linked on my Ravelry. I don't know if the pattern is actually on Ravelry. I think I struggled to find it. I'm gonna have another look. I think it was fairly new when I got it, and I tried to log it as pattern in my queue, but now it's been more than a year that I've got it, so maybe now it is on Ravelry. I think I've done it a little bit longer than it was supposed to, because so I've used a 4.5 millimeter needle, which is the recommended needle, and the gauge came out perfect there. It's a lovely texture, lovely drape. This yarn, you have to stop at a certain level. I'm not going to tell you how long it should be, but at that length, I kept measuring it and I was like, okay, I can sew it together, but yeah, I felt it was a little bit too short, and also wanted to use a little bit of the yarn. Probably if you follow the pattern as it is, you might be able to actually use exactly 50 grams of the ball, so be able to do exactly two of these identical with just one ball. I use a little bit more than half because I wanted it to be a little bit longer. I wanted it to be a little bit more full around the neck and drape a little bit more. So I think I've done, I don't know if I've done 4 or 5 centimeter more, maybe 4, a few centimeters more than I was supposed to. And also because now I'm not going to show you because I've got the microphone in there, but maybe if I can actually wear it as a headband actually. So it's the perfect size. So adding those couple of centimeters more as I've adding those couple of centimeters more, well, 4 or 5 as I have done, it actually fits my head perfectly. So if I fold it in half, I can actually use it as a headband, also as a head cover if, I don't know, I'm out and about and I don't have a hat and it's very sunny in the summer, or if you go to, I don't know, if you go to the seaside, sometimes you don't really want to have a hat that covers your face, maybe for a while, so you just want something that can keep your head a little bit cooler and protected from the direct sun. So yeah, I think this doubles up like that, which is going to be perfect. And again, with it being cotton and bamboo, is light. It protects the neck if you need to, like with the wind today, the other day, but it doesn't overheat you because it's not a animal fiber. So it is fabulous. I love it, and I think I'm gonna be using it a lot, and I absolutely couldn't wait to show it to you. So this is the finished object. This is my first and only finished object because I thought I would have more, but I don't, and you will see why very soon. Let's just move on to works in progress. First work in progress, actually, let's start from the bag. So last month I showed you my bag that I'm doing with my students at my crochet class at my work, and I was still making I think I was still making the squares when I showed it to you last month. So I've done all the squares, and yeah, I still need to finish weaving in the ends. I've done all the squares and I've sewn them together to make the bag. Came out fairly small because I chose willingly to not do the contrast color in between the squares and not do a crochet join. I decided I wanted a flat look, more impactful, also with the difference in colors, more optical maybe. So yeah, I chose to sew them instead of crochet them together, which means that it came out smaller because it's missing quite a bit of fabric that would have been created by basically an extra round around each of the squares. So that's that. And then I've decided, another modification I've decided, instead of doing a single crochet edge, as the video that I followed was saying, I followed to make up the bag, was saying, I've actually decided to do a crab stitch. I like crab stitch. I think it finishes objects really well. It gives a little bit of more tactile, but also, I don't know, I like the look of it. I really like the look of it. More substance almost to the edge. So I think it worked really well with this bag. I don't know if I will be putting maybe a button in the middle, a closure, but that's that. And then the reason why it's not finished actually is because I decided, instead of doing just the normal single crochet handles, I just decided to do, I wanted something that was sturdier. And I looked it up and I found some videos where they show you how to do what is called a rope. Still crocheted, and is not I-cord, is way less stretchy than I-cord. It's called the rope handle, which has literally lots of substance. Here you start it so that you can sew it then to the bag, and then this is what it looks like. And there's some mistakes there because I'm struggling to find always the same place where to basically do my stitches. So it's looking okay. It has some bumps, I think, here in the middle. Then I got my rhythm again towards the end, but yeah. So I'm not too far away. I don't want the handle to be too big. So yeah, probably like this. So this much from finishing the first one, and then I have to make the second one. So yeah, I need to get back to it really. So yeah, I've never seen it. I think it looks pretty. It looks quite solid, and I'm enjoying doing it. And this is all yarn from stash. Both these and these are both yarn from stash. This is the last bit of this, which is the first yarn I've ever bought. I bought it on the mountains with my mom when I asked her to teach me to knit. I think it was the summer of 2017, and I asked my mom to teach me, and we went into a shop on the mountains and they didn't have much, and so I got 2 balls of the cheapest acrylic that they had, and I chose this color. I think I also got a white, but I think I finished the white a while ago. And I've got the lilac. I used most of it for this, and now well, I don't know if I will have enough now to do 2 handles, because this is using a lot of yarn. The way you do it, basically you're working in the round in a spiral, but you're working basically inside out, if that makes sense. So you go around your round, which is super tiny, instead of working, so you would be working like this, you work the other way, and you willingly go and get basically the stitch behind, so the stitch more external to the stitch that you would actually normally work. It's a little bit complicated. I hope I'm doing it right. It kind of looks all right mostly. I'm happy with the result. Yes, I hope now I've unraveled a lot. Yes, and I hope it comes out nice. I hope I have enough yarn to make a second handle. But yeah, they're not going to be very, very big handles. I just want it to be handheld bag. And I think I will be mostly using it as probably a project bag, really, which is why this size is also very good. It's going to be a very nice project bag to carry around, maybe a lunch bag. I don't know, we will see when it's finished. So it's almost finished, but not quite yet, hopefully next month. Second work in progress, actually. So we stay on the topic of my students. Last month I did show you that I had bought this yarn, so felting yarn, to make felted slippers. Now I I didn't think it through very well. I've got one finished felted slipper, and actually this morning I put it in the washing machine, which is what you might probably be able to hear in the background. I put it in the washing machine with some other, like I have sofa cover, 2 bathroom rugs and a towel, and I'm washing it with a very agitated type of cycle in the washing machine and high temperature, and hopefully it felts enough. I thought, so this one took exactly two, yes, so I have 6 balls to make 2 slippers, and the first slipper took exactly 2 balls. So this is how much I had left from the first slipper. So I still have 4 balls, so I can make 2 more slippers. So I thought, let's felt the first one. I've written down exactly how I made it. I felt the first one, then I will see if it fits me well, if it's too short, which I doubt, or if it's still too long, so that before I close the other 2, the next one at least, the next one, I will know how much that felted, and then I can experiment and maybe make it a little bit shorter, and then see if it fits me well. Then I will do a third one depending on which one felt best. So that's what I thought about doing. And I have enough yarn anyway. So last week when I was doing the class, some people weren't around in the first class, so I had to show them again from scratch. So I started the second one, and this is what I did. I love the way this yarn really is showing. It's kind of self-striping, really. I love it. And I'm using, this is a 8 millimeter Prim crochet hook, Prim Ergonomics crochet hook. I really like the tip of this. Yeah, this is also nice and light. It works well for this type of projects. So this is my second work in progress. I was really convinced that I would have a finished object of this by the end of March, but the fact that I'm not sure about the slipper, how it's gonna felt, then I should have recorded this before putting it in the washing machine, but I don't know, I didn't think. I will see if I remember, maybe add a little snippet after this talk about how it came out, so you can see how the felting is going maybe. But yeah, so these are really quick, very enjoyable. I'm enjoying using this yarn actually. So this is my second work in progress. Third work in progress is the chevron baby blanket. So last month I had, I think, this much, but it was this wide. It was really big, and I wasn't even 1/3 through it, and I really felt like my yarn was not gonna be enough, because I think I have 3 balls of white, 3 of yellow, and 4 of blue, maybe. So I really thought, okay, I need to scale it back. I think already the evening of the day I recorded the February podcast, I decided to unravel it. And so I unraveled it, I started it again, and I think finally I got the right size. So it's a newborn baby blanket, and I've got quite a bit of progress because it is less than half the stitches that I had before. So now is more of a baby size, and I definitely have enough yarn. If anything, maybe I might have a little bit left over, because I haven't used yet all the yarn that I had used the other time. This is what it is looking like this month. We have our nice I-cord edge at the bottom, and then I-cord sides, I-cord edges. And if you see in some points it looks a bit loose, is because I had to reattach yarn. So I usually leave them and weave them in at the end, so then they get tightened a little bit later. And I think it is coming out looking really nice. I'm really enjoying working with this yarn. I'm using my Lucke needles, and they are also 8mm needles for this yarn, which is the recommended needle for this yarn, and is looking really nice. So this is the chevron part, this is the increases bit, this is the decreases bit, so you get that nice kind of chevron, and then you get some, because of the pattern, it gets a little bit stripy. Of course, with thicker yarn, the, let's say, vertical striping is a bit more visible, which I think again is a very nice added feature. What do you think? You like it? I think it's coming out really nice. So I think I am definitely halfway through. Yeah, maybe slightly more than halfway. And this is the back. As you see, this is where I need to tighten all the bits. I'm definitely halfway through, maybe a little bit more than halfway. I wanted to use all of the yarn, all of this yarn for this project. I think I will have a little bit left over. We will see how much I have left over, and then I'll decide what to do with it. But yeah, I'm really pleased with it. And the baby was due on the 1st of April, which is this coming Wednesday. And actually the baby was born yesterday morning at 4:50 a.m. He is a boy, and well, we knew he was a boy, and he was born about 3.5 kilograms, I think. So he's nice and healthy. He's well, mom is well, and so now I am gonna complete the blanket as soon as I can, because there's very chilly weather at the moment compared to last week. So he's definitely gonna need a little bit of a thicker blanket. So yes, and I think this is also a nice blanket to have when you go out. I think in the pram. I do have quite a bit of yarn left over still from this, and it's working out quite nicely. I've sped it up. So of course I finished this one the day before the fair. So the fair was last Saturday, 21st of March. I finished this on the 20th of March. And then the Saturday and the Sunday I was too busy doing things, so I barely needed. The Saturday I didn't have time, the Sunday I barely needed anything. So now this week in the evening I picked this up, and it went on really well, because when I started it this week I was at the beginning of the second blue, so I was here. So just in these last 5 days, just working on it in the evening, because I've had no time any other time. I've done all of this. So with the fact that the rows are really much shorter than before, is progressing quickly, getting along really nicely. I'm very pleased with it. This is getting along really nicely. I also have my granny wrap, but I haven't picked it up at all. since I shown you at the end of February, because I've been too busy with the blanket, the granny square bag, the slippers. So this one, so no, I haven't touched this, so there's no point in me showing it to you again. But yeah, if you want to see at which point I was, have a look at my February podcast. Okay, so now we can move on to incoming. Incoming, let's start with the yarn. I will start, so I have a little yarn haul from the Stitch Festival. I'm not gonna show you everything I bought. I didn't buy too much, but I bought a few nice things. Not all of them are yarn, so I think I don't want to spoil you the surprise if you haven't watched that episode yet, and I want to be repeating myself too much if you watch that episode. So if you haven't seen what I bought at the Stitch Festival, go and have a look, also because you will see what else was there, and also what Petra bought and what Yasmin, her daughter, bought. So I think that's gonna be really interesting. So go ahead and watch that one and then come back here. If you've watched it, you will know what I bought. I'm just gonna show you only the yarn that I bought at the fair, also because we're gonna do the totals for the Yarnmap today. The yarn that I bought first some yarn at Toft. This is a total of, these are 25 grams balls, so it's 50, 100, so it's 125 grams. So this is 125 grams. I've got 2 balls of Toft fudge to make the skin tone for one of the gnomes in Snow White. Then I've got 2 balls of spun gold to make Rumpelstiltskin shirt, and to add nice little gold sparkly edges to some of other makes, maybe the shirt of one of the famous dwarf. I don't know if you can see. I'll try and put it in the light. And then I've got 1 ball of sage, yes, to make the shirt of the dwarf. And for the rest, I want to use yarn from my stash. So those will be, I don't know, I need to check, well, when we talk about the stash down mal, I need to check if I can count objects that use some stash and some new. I will have to check with the organizers. So this is my yarn that I bought at Toft at the Stitch Festival. And then I bought some yarn at the Stitch Festival, which is where I bought my yarn for my cowl. So as you know, I used 57, so I had 43 grams left of this, and this is Rosario's Falesia, and I decided to buy more Rosario's Falesia to finish the leftover that I have. So obviously I go ahead and buy 2 full balls. So I decided to buy the red, which is color 21. There it is. And I love how there's 2 different fades of the same color, because of how the red takes the cotton and how it takes the bamboo, the viscose bamboo. So I think this is really lovely. And I want to make the striped, probably yes, striped with thin stripes of this, because not too much, and thicker stripes of this, a top or a short sleeve cardigan or a summer vest. I have actually been looking around and gathering patterns for it, and I found so many, even just for this weight of yarn, which is in between a 4-ply and a sport weight. It's more of a sport weight, but it can go as a 4-ply also. And I found so many beautiful patterns, even just using this weight of yarn, which is in between a 4-ply and a sport weight, more of a sport weight, but you can get away with using it for a fingering weight shirt. I think I found so many that look so lovely, and I saved so many on my favorites in Ravelry. So, and then I found others where you use decay also. So for now, I really try to only save the ones that are this weight for this, but I I think I will be doing a special episode just maybe with a few summer patterns, spring summer patterns, where you can use this type of yarn before I choose. And maybe I want to see also your opinion, if you have any ideas, or if you have any opinions on which ones among my plethora of patterns that I chose, that I saved, that caught my eye for this yarn, maybe which one would work best for me and the yarn. So I think I will be making that as soon as I can, but that's my plan for this. Oh, and this is 100 grams, so this is 200 grams of Rosario's Flesia. What else did I buy in March? So you know I'm a big fan of Toft, of their patterns, of the yarn, and their books. I have the fairy tale book. But at the beginning of March, every year for International Women's Day, they release all of their dolls' patterns as kits. And I only have one. I have Beatrix Potter, so usually they're not all out. So they have a subscription where every 3 months, I think they release, or every 4 months, I think it's 3 times a year, they release a new doll pattern, and that is available for that period to be bought. And then once in a while they release a few of the patterns for a doll, but not all of them. The only time where all of the previous dolls become available every year is for 2 weeks around International Women's Day. So at the same time, they also did a live episode on Sewing Street on the crafting shopping channel, and I watched it because I wanted to see the dolls, which dolls they had there, and they had a fantastic price for the day and fantastic extra gifts that you would get if you purchase them in that hour. So last year, when it was available, I bought the doll for Beatrix Potter, and I thought already last year when I bought her that I wanted to make a little pair with Jane Austen, which they just released last autumn, I think. And I wanted to buy her last year. I couldn't, so I thought, okay, let's see if I can. And then when I saw it was available around International Women's Day on the Sewing Street, and it had the pin that had just been released, so it was completely new, I was like, okay, I'll buy Jane Austen, so I have her in a little bundle with my Beatrix Potter from last year, so I can do that. And then they also had Frida Kahlo, which is not often available. I don't think I've ever seen Frida Kahlo available ever since I started being interested in the dolls. So they also had the pin again, and the pin was for free. You didn't have to buy it. So the pin, the Beatrix Potter pin, was for free if you bought the Beatrix Potter doll. Then the, well, why am I talking about it? I should just show you, right? So I bought the Frida Kahlo also. This is the box they arrived in. There's something more in there, not just yarn. I'm gonna show you everything. So I got also some gifts. This is the pattern. I got the pattern for this Hanley scarf, which I think I might want to make, which I think they just released this spring in their quarterly magazine. And this is a knitted one, and I think looks lovely. It's a triangular scarf, and so that's a very nice gift. Then they also sent me this other pattern, which is for a wreath wall hoop, which is something I've never done before. It's something that I've never done before, and it looks again lovely. I think great way to use some leftover yarn. Then some leaflet about the fairy tales. This is the new fairy tale book, The Animal Fables. Then among the various gifts that you would get, I've got Fred Aldo's for Toft. I think it's Ray the Manchester Terrier, and this is a limited edition patch that they released just in occasion of their collaboration with Fred Aldos, and this is discontinued. So this is, once this is finished, it's finished. So this was the only occasion to get it, and actually it was a free gift. This I think is from the second hour that they did on the day, which is the last thing that I bought. I bought the bag, so I got that. And then the gift, and I haven't even opened them because I wanted to open them with you. The gift for when I bought the free gift for any purchase made in the hour when I bought the dolls was the Marie Curie pin, which is in here. You see there's the lovely sticker also, which is lovely. And now I'm gonna, this is the Marie Curie pin. And this is the free gift from when I bought the dolls. Then I've got the Jane Austen pin. This is this sticker. Oh, this is so cute. Yes. Oh, I love these pins. They're so pretty, and the enamel, they feel really, really, I don't know, they feel really nice and sturdy. Oh, and then this is Frida Kahlo. Cute. Yeah, and this is the Frida Kahlo pin. Okay, so at the top there is the bag, so I'm going to show you the bag. Oh, there's more freebies in here, sorry. So you also would get the Rachel, the Bedlington Terrier. Then you would get Rosie, the Dachshund, which I already have, but it is nice. So means I can put them in more than one place. And then, and this I didn't have, Evie, the Chihuahua. Look how cute Evie is. And these all came together with the bag. So this is the Toft big bag. This is storage bag, project bag, travel bag. It's massive. Actually, I thought it was smaller, but look at this. And it apparently this design has been out for a while. And so here they have like shelves, and you can put your patches all on the shelves, right? Both front and back. And yeah, it's massive. I really like it. It has a nice sturdy zipper at the top. So I've been wanting to buy it, but it was quite expensive. However, again, in the Sewing Street second hour on that day, it was half price, because I think that it's been discontinued. They said it was the last stock that they had, and it's been discontinued. I don't know if they're just not gonna do it anymore, or if they're gonna release a new, I don't know, maybe a new style. But I really like this one. It's like a weekender bag, and I thought, okay, let's just get it half price. It was less than £30, and you would get all in all 4 patches for it. So I bought it, and I really like her. So that's that. And then these are, let's see if I can show you everything together. This is also the new packaging for the dolls, because they used to come, like if you saw when I showed the Beatrix Potter, it came in a bag, which is pretty, but this is better. It's easier to storage also. So weirdly, occupies actually less space. So let's see if I can show you. So these are the 2 kits. So let me actually have a bit of a run. So you saw this, and so this is the kit for Jane Austen. And again, look how pretty this box is. So you get the sticker, Then the box is all decorated all over on the back. And then in the front you also have some of the others. And then when you open it, it slides. Oops. It slides, and here you have the full kit. So you got, here is detail, I think is for the umbrella, and then you get all the beautiful yarn in there, and then the pattern at the back. So this is the kit for Jane Austen. And this is Frida Kahlo with our sticker. And this is what her kit looks like. It's very colorful. So again, you have, I think she has beautiful earrings which are in here. And then look how pretty the colors are. Even just looking at them like this is like, wow, wow. So I'm really pleased, very happy. So these are still in the box because I need to find a good place for them. This is what I bought from Toft at Sewing Street. Then it's not finished. I've got some more little things to show you. They are minor things, no more yarn. So one thing, I've got two gifts to show you from some of my students. One of my students went to visit her family in Taiwan, and they went together for a little holiday to Japan. Since she knows, because I told her, she's been asking me what is your favorite crochet hook, etc, etc, and I recently discovered the tulip crochet hooks and I absolutely fell in love with them. And I only have one for now. They're pretty pricey, and I have almost all of the sizes, so I can't justify buying them, but you know, occasionally I'd like to buy them all and maybe replace some of the cheaper crochet hooks that I don't enjoy that much. And so when she went to Japan, she bought me two of the tulip hooks, and not only it is such a beautiful, thoughtful present from her, I am, oh, she's so sweet. But also, of course, the ones that arrive here don't have necessarily the packaging that they would do in Japan, and they look so pretty in their packaging, in their Japanese packaging. So I think they're so cute with the little dots at the back, and then at the side also. So Etimored tulip crochet hook. She got me a 4.5 millimeter and 6.5 millimeter, which is actually quite good sizes. I don't think I have, I don't even know if I have a 4.5 millimeter. So it's really good. I can't wait to use them. Now I need to find projects where I'm gonna use these size crochet hooks. And that's a gift. And another one of them, she made flower shape coasters for everyone in her team, and she also made one for me. And that is so sweet. I don't have it here because I keep it in the office. I keep it in my drawer in the office. So every time I'm in the office, I take it out and I put my cup of tea or coffee on it. And it is, every time I look at it, it's so nice and bright, and it makes me happy and so proud that she's so good at it. She's so good at it. She's so quick now to make things, and I'm so proud. So that was another very beautiful gift. So I've popped here some pictures while I was speaking so you can see how it looks and how I'm using it. Lastly, I just wanted to get a magazine. So I went and got knit. This is a knit magazine. They had so many, it was so difficult to choose. In the end, I had like 3 that I kind of wanted to buy, and I ultimately bought this one because it had some really cute baby patterns from Rico here, Rico Design, and some dolls and toys. But also I absolutely loved these two, basically. Well, it has also some nice Easter things, but also I love both that green jumper and that cushion, kind of mosaic tessellated cushion. I think, I don't know if I can see them well, but yeah, they look so good. Let me see, I'll look for some bigger picture for you. And it has so many cute patterns. This one was also only $4.99, but you can have a little look here and show you more or less at everything that's in it. So many of these things I think are really look really good. So especially the green jumper, the cushion, the baby patterns from Rico. There are some dinosaurs that are really cute. So yes, I'm really happy that I got it. It's nice. It's nice to have something actually to browse, and it's not on a screen necessarily once in a while. So I am particularly pleased, and I think the other patterns also look really cute. But let me get to that green one here. You can see it. Yeah. I think it looks absolutely stunning. And this again, I didn't check the size of the yarn. You need to have a decay. Suggested yarn is king coal bamboo cotton decay, and you need between 5 and 9 balls, depending on the size that you're making. So yeah, I really like it. I like the little details of the button on the side. And I crave doing a little bit of lace actually. I haven't done it in a while. Then it was a beautiful shows. These are also, I really liked this with the little balloon sleeves. This also has a little bit of lace. I think this also looks very pretty. And this uses Drops Air, shade 22, between 6 and 9 balls. It's quite inexpensive as yarn also, so this is another one that I'd really like to make. And then these mini dinos, I don't know, they look so cute. I've never made knitted toys, so that's also something that I'm interested in for a change. I make a lot of crochet toys, but you know, for a change. With all the babies, I will always find someone I can give a toy to, and a few Easter themed things. Easter egg. Just wanted to show you also the cushion. This Technicolor Dreams is called, and I think this would be such a perfect project for all those super small tiny little scraps of yarn that I have around, everyone has around. And I think, yes, I can tell this would be great. Plus with it being a cushion, you don't necessarily have to weave in the ends in the back, do you? Maybe not. So yeah, absolutely fell in love with this. So yeah, so this is my last incoming. And actually, I know I talked about having a special episode about all of the patterns that I found, but I can show you at least some from a pom-pom magazine that I have from a few years back. This is from summer, Pom-Pom Quarterly, summer 2021. So this had a few summer patterns, and I think this t-shirt is something. Let's see, do I have a picture where I can show it better? This picture, I think so. This is something that would fit perfectly my yarn. I know it has 3 colors, but I can always make it work for 2. And then there's another picture in the other page. There. And this is one that I found here. So I thought I went through also my physical patterns. So I knew I had a couple of pom-poms from spring and summer, and I found this one, which I found others also that were on this one and on another one that were really nice, but it was not the right type of yarn. So there's no point in thinking about doing them for this one. But yeah, I thought this would be also a good option, and I just wanted to show you this is one of the options. So this is one of the ideas that will come up when I will be working on that episode about some spring and summer tops. We are talking about the Yarnmap update. So yarn out this month is way less than I thought, because I thought I would be finishing my bag and I didn't. I thought I would be finishing my granny wrap and I didn't. I thought I would be finishing my blanket and I didn't. So I have a few things that probably will be good to remove from my stash in terms of quantities, but I haven't finished them yet. This is the only thing I finished, and as you know, this is very little yarn, but it is still a finished object. So this one used 57 grams. So yarn out for my revamp cow is here. Then yarning, we have probably already have the totals. So I've got the yarn for Jane Austen and Frida Kahlo, and that is 250 plus 300, and this totals 550 grams, plus 200 grams for the red Rosarius Falesia that I bought at the Stitch Festival last week. Yarning has a total of, and the Yarnmap total, the Yarnmap balance for March is this. So yeah, again, it's a positive balance, not a negative balance. And now let's talk quickly about the Stash Down Mal organized by Wellbeing Knits and Makes by Mia. So you can, if you're not participating yet, you would like to, I think today is the 29th. I think in 2 days they're gonna do they're gonna pull the first winners for the quarterly prizes for the Makealong. And if you haven't participated yet, you can participate by posting your finished objects only from stash acquired before 2026. Very important. On Instagram, you can use the hashtag that's on the screen now, and don't forget to tag both Wellbeing Knits and Makes by Mia. So this month, I entered it in the make along because it's from stash. This is leftover yarn that I bought at Yarns You Like at least 3 years ago, I think. And I made, this was the leftover from a top that I made. So lastly, what I was up to in March, you've already seen what I was up to. So not much, lots of work. And I have been, I've gone to the Stitch Festival again. If you haven't seen the vlog, don't forget to watch it. It's fun and there's other people there with me, so it's always good for variation. Then I did talk last time that I wanted to buy the tickets for the Natural History Museum Toft workshop when they came out, and they did come out, was it a week ago, 2 weeks ago? In 2 weeks ago, it was before just before the Stitch Festival in June. It's on the, I think, 26th of June. So at the end of June, I will be going to the Natural History Museum. It's going to be an evening event. So it's after the museum closes, and we will be making the, is it Arctic Wolf, I think it's called? Yeah, probably. So I'm very much looking forward to it. I know Michelle from Michelle Star Stitches has got the tickets, and then also Ushma, I think she also got the tickets, and I met Ushma when I went to my very first Tufts workshop last year at the Natural History Museum, so I'm looking forward to seeing her again. And then there will be, I know other people from the Facebook group also managed to get the tickets. I don't necessarily know them, but who knows, maybe some of them will be on my table. So very much looking forward to that. That will be in June. I will do a small vlog about it, like I always do when I go to these type of events. So I'm very much looking forward to that. It's still in the future. I just wanted to update you to let you know, yes, I managed to get the tickets. See what's coming up for the channel. So I told you I've just published my vlog, and then I told you I have in mind a spring tops collection of patterns to share with you. Currently working on it. Takes a little bit longer to prepare that one, and also I need to publish it at the right time. I'm working at a new updated episode about advent calendars. So this year I want to talk about a little bit more about how to buy your advent calendar stress-free if you decide to do that. So there's a little bit of advice there, also based on my personal experience from last year. And then I'm gonna show you fully my advent calendars from 2025. I know I showed you some pieces of it, you saw them every day, but you haven't seen the full collection together, and I haven't told you what I'm making with them. That will be in my advent special episode. And then lastly, like I did last year, which was lots of fun, it's quite a bit of work, about quite a bit of research, but it was very enjoyable, so I'm aiming to do that too. I've already started collecting them. I will be also talking about the advent calendars that are now, well, at the point of publishing the episode, that will be open for pre-order for 2026, and I'll be sharing you their mood board and the details whenever they are available. So that takes a little bit of work and a little bit of correct timing, because some of them keep the pre-order open 2-3 months, some of them just a couple of weeks. Like one of them this week, they release the date when they're coming to pre-order. So there are a few that I've seen that are opening pre-order already next week, like next Friday, just before Easter. Some of them, and at least 2 of them, told me that they are planning to keep them open for 2 to 3 weeks maximum. So once the pre-order is open, I need to be quick. Mood boards, some of them have come out, some not, so just want to balance it right, to have enough mood boards to show you, but so that when the episode comes out, they're still available. So if you like them, you can still go and pre-order them if you wish. So this is an episode that I'm working on, and that will come out at some point in April, when it will be the best time. I expect mid-April probably will be the time when I will be publishing that episode. So if you're interested in this, watch out, subscribe to my channel and turn on the notifications so you will be informed when that episode comes out. Do it now so you will not miss it out. And while we are saying this, if you want to get in touch with me, you can get in touch in my comments down below under this video. You can also email me at past.pearls@gmail.com, and then also follow me on Instagram. You can contact me on Instagram also. I'm past.pearls on Instagram. And then if you want to see what I am thinking about on Ravelry, you can also follow me on Ravelry, where I am Laura Past Pearls. I think that's it. I really hope you enjoyed my March podcast update. In the meantime, the weather has turned for the worse. I don't know if you can hear the wind howling. It is howling now, and it is raining also. And luckily Loki is here, nice and calm, because we've been out this morning, but we haven't been for a longer walk. So I do hope that she's not too demanding today, because now the weather is really bad now. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Thank you so much for watching today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on your notifications, and let me know in the comments what you're working on and what you are enjoying in this month of March. And also, if you celebrate or you have any type of holiday next Easter weekend, I hope you have a lovely time with your family or your dear ones. And until next time, I thank you very much and see you very, very soon. Bye bye.